Standard 5th, Subject EVS 1, Chapter 1, Our Earth and a Solar System. Dear students, when we look up from an open ground, we see the sky. In a clear night sky, we can see many stars. They are very far away from the earth. Some stars are prominent. Prominent means noticeable and they can be easily seen, while some are tiny and faint. If we look at them carefully, we find that many of them twinkle, but some do not. The sun and the moon are comparatively close to the earth, so we can see their round shapes clearly. The sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, etc., are all known as heavenly bodies. Try this. Observe the sky on two clear nights, keeping a gap of about a week between them. Base your observation on the following points: 1. The brightness of the heavenly bodies. 2. Whether they twinkle. 3. Their color and size. And 4. Changes in their position. On both nights, draw a picture of the illuminated portion of the moon and note how it changes from day to day. You will observe that the moon changes in position in the sky each day. Also, the moon changes in appearance. These changes are called phases of the moon. Now let us learn about stars. The heavenly bodies that twinkle are called stars. Stars have their own light. The sun is a star. It is closer to us than any of the other stars. Hence, it appears big and brilliant to us. In its bright light during the day, we cannot see other stars. So now you know why we are unable to see the stars during daytime. It is because of the bright light of the sun. Let's learn about planets. The heavenly bodies that do not twinkle are called planets. So stars twinkle whereas planets do not twinkle. Planets do not have light of their own. So where do they get the light from? They get light from the stars. Planets revolved around a star even as they rotate around themselves. The solar system. Our Earth is a planet. It gets its light from the sun. It moves around the sun. So in this figure you can see the movement of the earth around the sun. Its movement around the sun is called the revolution of the earth. Besides Earth, there are 7 other planets that revolve around the sun. They are Mercury. So you can see here Mercury. Then we have Venus. Next to Venus we have Mars. Earth we have already included. So along with Earth we have Mercury, Venus, Mars, then Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So altogether 8 planets are mentioned here. Every planet in the solar system revolves around the sun along a specific path. This path is known as that planet's orbit. The sun, which is a star, and the planets that revolve around it are together called the solar system. Besides the planets, the solar system also includes various other heavenly bodies. So now let's study about the other heavenly bodies in the solar system. Satellites. Some heavenly bodies revolved around planets. These are called satellites. Satellites too get the light from the sun. We see the moon at night, isn't it? It revolves around the earth. Hence, the moon is called the satellite of the earth. Most of the planets in the solar system have satellites. The planets revolve around the sun along with their satellites. Now let us study about dwarf planets. So besides these 8 planets, there are some more dwarf planets in a solar system. So there are some smaller heavenly bodies that revolve around the sun. They are called dwarf planets. Of these, the most well known is Pluto. So you can see Pluto here. Dwarf planets revolve independently around the sun. They have an orbit of their own. So just like other planets, dwarf planets also have their own independent orbit and they revolve around the sun. Next, we shall learn about asteroids. Between the planets Mars and Jupiter, there is a band of numerous small heavenly bodies. You can see it shown in purple color here. They are called asteroids. Asteroids also revolve around the sun. Compared to the sun, other heavenly bodies in the solar system are much smaller. The moon is closest to the earth. That is why it appears to be so big, although it is actually very much smaller than the sun. A diagram of the solar system is given in your textbook on page number 2. In it, you see the sun in the center, the heavenly bodies that revolve around it and their orbits, the planets, satellites, dwarf planets, and asteroids all form part of the solar system. So that was all about our solar system. Now, can you tell? Look at the picture of the solar system and answer the following questions. Which planet is nearest to the sun? Think about it. You can take the help of the diagram which is given alongside. So yes, the planet closest to the sun here is Mercury. Correct. Second, at what position is the earth from the sun? So if you see, we have first Mercury, then Venus, and third is earth. So we will say that the earth is at the third position from the sun. Question number 3. Which planet is placed between earth and Mercury? So between earth and Mercury, we have planet Venus here. So your answer is Venus. Question number 4. Name the planets beyond the orbit of Mars in serial order. So we have here Mars, and beyond Mars we have Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and then finally Pluto. So this way we have studied about the solar system, which involves the stars, the planets, asteroids, and it completes the solar system. Now let us learn about gravity. All heavenly bodies exert a force of attraction or a pull on one another. This force is called the force of gravity. The sun exerts a gravitational pull on all planets, whereas the tendency of the planets is to move away from the sun. As a result of these two factors, a planet, as you can see here, there are planets here and they tend to move away from the sun, whereas sun is pulling them towards itself because of force of gravity. So as a result, what happens? Because of these two forces, a planet keeps revolving around the sun at a fixed distance in a fixed orbit. Okay. In the same way, satellites also revolve around their planets. Now let us answer a few questions. In which direction do these things fall? First, leaves, flowers, fruits from a tree. They fall downwards as you see in the picture. Rocks that come loose from a hillside, they also slide downwards. Rain falling from the sky, it goes towards the ground. That means due to the earth's gravity, all things on the earth remain on it. Even if we throw something upwards with great force, it finally falls down to the ground. So, this is how gravity works. Now, let us learn a new word, space. The emptiness between and beyond the stars and planets is called space or outer space. People have always been curious about the heavenly bodies in the sky. They have always wanted to reach out to them. However, to send some object from the earth into space, it must be given power against the force of gravity. Rocket technology or space launch technology is used for that purpose. One of the Diwali firecrackers is called a rocket. It is packed with explosive substances. The explosives burn rapidly and produce a lot of energy. The design of the rocket is such that the firecracker is pushed in a certain direction at a great speed. You must have experienced this during Diwali when you light the firecrackers and you use rockets. So, a similar technology is used during space launch using a rocket. Very powerful rockets are used to send a spacecraft into space. A tremendous quantity of fuel is burnt in rockets so that spacecraft weighing thousands of tons can be launched into space. In the 20th century, a few countries of the world developed space technology and sent hundreds of spacecraft into space. Our country is well known for the development of its space launch technology. Some spacecraft remain in space. So you can see in the first picture here a spacecraft that is in the space, while some land on other planets or satellites. So here you see a planet Mars and a satellite is being launched on another planet. In some missions, scientists also travel in the spacecraft. They are called astronauts. So you can see here an astronaut. Dear children, do you know about an Indian astronaut named Rakesh Sharma? He became the first Indian astronaut to go into space in 1984. He spent 8 days on a space station for a joint mission of the ISRO and the Soviet Intercosmos. Seeing India from space, he said that it looked sare jahan se acha. So this is the work of Indian astronaut Rakesh Sharma. Besides this, there are some Indian space missions. So which are the India's space missions known to us? Chandrayaan. On 22nd October 2008, the Indian Space Research Organization ISRO launched a spacecraft to the moon. The mission is known as Chandrayaan 1. Also, another Mangalyaan. Mangalyaan is another important Indian space mission. It is known as MOM or Mars Orbit Mission. It was launched on 5th November 2013. It got established in an orbit around the planet Mars on 24th September 2014. ISRO achieved this feat in its first attempt. Both these missions are unmanned. Unmanned means there wasn't any human being traveling in it. That is, there was no people on board this spacecraft. The objective of the missions is a deeper study of the moon and Mars. So those of you who are interested in space research can do a detailed study on this topic. Next, we also have man-made satellites. Man-made satellites provide useful information for agriculture, environment, weather forecasting, making maps and searching for water and mineral wealth on the earth. They are also used for telecommunication. They are put into orbit around the earth. They can remain in space for many years. Always remember, space scientists have not yet been able to find a single other planet which has life on it. Therefore, our Earth is an invaluable planet. The degradation of its environment for any reason will be a threat to the existence of life itself. That is why we must protect our Mother Earth. So, dear students, what we have learned through this chapter? First, the sun is a star. All the other bodies in the solar system get light from the sun. Second, the sun and the planets, the satellites, dwarf planets, and asteroids that revolve around the sun are together called the solar system. Third, things on the earth remain on it due to the force of gravity. And fourth, to travel in space, the earth's gravitational force has to be overcome. Rocket technology helps us to do that. In this way, we have completed this chapter. Do read the lesson from your textbook for a better understanding. Stay safe and take care. Thank you.